All right, so welcome to the Nintendo Switch 2, and welcome to a new playthrough of The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Can I find... Yes, I will totally download that data. Perfect. Doesn't even take that much time. Thank you, puppy. I appreciate you protecting the home. Yes, I'm aware. I heard. I'm trying to tell the people what we're doing. I can't do that if you're going to be borking. Ollie, stop it. Let me talk. Let me talk to the people. Yes, I hear the puppy. I hear the puppy. No, don't you do it. There's a part of me that wishes you could see this interaction. Okay. Let me try this again. All right. I'm going to back up. We're going to start over. And we are going to do this in a way that makes sense in my brain. Maybe. Welcome to the brand new Nintendo Switch 2, and welcome to what I believe is my third playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom. As this is my third playthrough at least, you are warned that we will be talking everything that happens in this game at one point or another. Granted, I have not played this for about 2 years after it first came out. I played too much of it in a very short time period, and I kind of burned myself out on the game. However, due to a couple of factors, I wanted to make sure that of course I was going to revisit it at some point, but I wanted to revisit it now instead of playing Breath of the Wild first on our new Switch 2, because I want to essentially look at this game as best as I can by its own merits and not in comparison to Breath of the Wild. I absolutely adore Breath of the Wild. I think it's sitting at my number 3, if not my number 4 game. 4 or 3. Tears of the Kingdom is currently sitting at number 11 on the list, I believe. And it's a great game, but I had my problems with it. And I want to make sure that I give this another solid run through so I can basically give it a fresh look and a fresh attempt. Additionally, I do have my phone right here. It is sitting on my charger, and it'll be fully charged in about half an hour. Once we get this thing on, we should be able to connect to the Zelda notes, which will provide, among other things, some new voice clips from Zelda and maybe even potentially some other characters to give us a little bit more context and history surrounding the various locations that we are going to be visiting across Hyrule. I just realized that there was one other thing that I needed to grab real quick over here. Let's get this thing started. And we will learn how to do this as we go. Because we need to basically connect this game to my account so that we can pick up all of this stuff. Here we go, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Yeah. There we go. There's our little... Zelda Notes setting. Let's take a look here. Okay, I have the Switch app. So I have that. There we go. Okay, new game. Are there any other options that we want to... Yep, that's enabled. Okay, yeah, everything else should be good. Ooh. Japanese or English? Nah, we'll go to English. I'm pretty much comfortable with that. All right. It stacks? What stacks? Wait, what are the other options? Oh, inverted. Okay, sorry, I wasn't... Okay, we're good. There's a save file? My gosh, they have 2 save files now? I only need the one. That's fine. I only need the one. Nintendo presents. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
This strange gloom keeps getting thicker.
Ah, gotcha.
We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here?
Why, look, it's Zelda. Well, thank you for showing support. All right. Now, as we go through, as I have been... My goal, my stated goal when we were last playing Ocarina of Time is to expand on the story of the games the story presented in the games. That's a little harder for me to do with Tears of the Kingdom because it's brand spanking new by comparison. I've only played it a couple of times, and so there is a whole lot that I don't know, or at least don't have in my mind. So it's harder to say, ah, yes, there's this thing that happens in such and such a place, so we're going to connect that and this and move it over here to make such and such a thing. I do want to talk about the story, how it's constructed, and how I want to, or how I would have altered it, but it's not going to necessarily be the same level of detail.
People have been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns. Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle. We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link.
Aww.
Let's go solve this mystery.
I feel like that's a conversation that would happen before they start going down, you know? Like the people falling ill. Oh, we know about this thing. What should we do? Well, it's coming from up this. Ah, let's go down there and investigate. We wouldn't... Zelda, I don't think would be a kind of person to be like, hey, Link, come with me. We're gonna go here. Why? Don't worry about it. Even though Link would definitely follow her, Zelda is not the kind of person to not say anything. Plus, we do know that she has been actively solving problems this whole time, so... I never imagined this was all deep beneath Hyrule Castle. What was that?
Huh?
Link! The Master Sword. Oh, that was me! It must be sensing something. I knew we had reason for concern. Ever since the end of the calamity, the castle has fallen into neglect. I think it's been fallen into neglect from the beginning of the calamity, because, you know, taken over. Nobody's maintaining anything for at least 100 years. Just saying. But I never could have imagined anything like these tunnels were hiding here. We must be careful as we move deeper. Look at my shiny. I gotta remember how to play this. Good thing we're getting this tutorial. Link, look here. These are ruins from an ancient civilization. Wait, something is written here. Might these ruins be from the Zonai? That's all you're gonna say? That they're from the Zonai? Not what the Zonai were? It's funny that the Zonai it's kind of funny that the Zonai take front and center after barely having any kind of connection whatsoever to the first game. These carvings. I'm sure they're Zonai in origin. I've seen designs like this in my studies. The Zonai are said to have lived long ago, in the time of earliest legend. They possessed godlike powers and had a prosperous civilization in the sky. Many history books tell us about the Zonai, but none gives us the full picture. Much is still unknown about them. I don't have too many criticisms about how the story itself is the cutscenes, I should say. The cutscenes for the game are all pretty solid. I don't have too many critiques about any of them. It's how all of the pieces are put together that tends to bug me, and we'll get into that. Is this what the Zonai looked like? They seem so different than us, and had such large ears. How did the ruins from a civilization in the sky end up here beneath the castle? It looks like the path ahead goes even deeper. Let's continue, Link. Every single note in the background music is, I can tell, it is purposefully off-key. I would be very interested in knowing what the quote-unquote real version is supposed to be. Oh, we got bats. Hang on. Got him.
You're not hurt, are you, Link?
Ah, I'm good.
Look at these murals. The written histories of the royal family include stories of a great war fought long ago. It was a conflict between allied tribes and someone only ever referred to as the Demon King. Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend?
How would you like to be the person who has to carve all of this? This is my job.
This is similar to the statues we saw earlier. A Zonai. And these figures look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens. It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens. These murals tell a similar story, and if they are accurate, then the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the Kingdom of Hyrule. This figure, he seems to be stealing something of incredible power from the young kingdom.
More like from her.
This all aligns with what I've read during my studies. And then this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him. If the creature depicted here really does represent the Demon King, then...
War!
Incredible! This mural must be the Great War recorded in the royal histories. This is the imprisoning war, and the events that led up to it.
Soon to be released on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Huge discovery. All right then. Now to use this invention of Pura's. I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh, it looks like the rest of the murals are obscured.
Ah, darn it, I forgot my bombs.
Just what is this place? Maybe we'll find more answers farther ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
That line about point and click, completely unnecessary if you ask me. Of course, when it comes to the game, it makes sense, but obviously Zelda's been working with it for a while, so... Now, it looks like things are getting thicker. I wonder if there are any other... Doesn't really look like it. No other, like, major signs of any hints or murals or etc. Though this place has definitely become much more cave and less structured tunnel. Huh. What is this place? Let's continue, Link. But we must be extremely careful.
What is that?
I feel like I should have my sword out. Oops! I like that. Tap it first. What is it? Okay, I can pick it up now. Oh, I hate it. Woo! And there goes all my health.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me. You who carries that fragile sword, a link. Raru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
How do you know our names?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother answering that question. So, why does he lift up the castle now? Wouldn't he want to deal with the threat right in front of him first? Whee! Okay. The laws of gravity kind of, have something to say about that. They should be falling at the same rate. In fact, Link should be going faster because he jumped in after her while she was just falling, so he had a greater initial velocity. I'm just saying. What I think would have made more sense if Link had been held back by the hand, only to see her vanish, and then he gets pulled away. That has to be the weirdest thing to see.
Link, finally you wake.
Hello?
I've heard a great deal about you from Zelda. Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death.
So am I.
Your arm, however, was beyond saving. I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
Poor Fi. Poor Fi's been all torn up. Makes me sad. Decayed Master Sword. Sacred power has been diminished after being ravaged by the gloom beneath Hyrule Castle. Just taking a look around before we go. Yep, climbing still works. As is normal. Okay. I think I'm good. All right. Huh. Hello? Link reminds me of Tarzan. Long hair, nothing but shorts. Yeah, I can see it. Oh. Okay. There we go. Just taking a look. This is a fun way to introduce all the mechanics in a fairly natural way. Here's your basic controls. Here you do this. Here you do this. You don't have to, like, physically explain. Press the B button to... They just show you. And it works. And then it can also show you that all you have to do is that. And then it can explain it to you like that. Nice, simple way to pull it all off. Archaic legwear. Simple, classic legwear. They're well worn and showing their age, but they've still got a few good years left in them. It can be a bit cumbersome to have to tie on the straps. All right, I got me a kilt! Have I played Tears of the Kingdom much before? 238 hours worth, as a matter of fact, according to the Zelda notes that I have here. That is enough for one full initial playthrough and one 100% playthrough. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I've done. Yes, let's jump. That seems like a smart idea. Oh, it won't let me climb on that? Darn. Guess there's only one way. By the way, don't ever do this. If you're to jump from this kind of height, I don't care what you're landing in, you dying. Just FYI. It's a great intro, though. Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Just in time. Good job. And look, here's my girlfriend! And my girlfriend! When I first played this, I could not... identify that the dragon over there was a new dragon. So at first, I thought it was Ferosh. The green dragon. What I think might have helped to... Why, yes, it is. What might have helped to do that is if we had seen all of the dragons. Like, during that fall, we see 1, 2, 3, and then we see the fourth way out in the distance. Then it'd be like, wait, there's a fourth one now? What's that one? It just would have cleared things up. Now, most importantly, for the beginnings of what we are doing here, tree branch. Wooden branches such as this are pretty common, but it's surprisingly well balanced. Doesn't do much damage, but can serve as a weapon in a pinch. Like so. Sky shroom, a common mushroom that grows near trees on sky islands. Eat it to restore health. When it comes to the formation of a story in a open world game, you really start to face the challenge of pacing. If there is one thing that I feel like Tears of the Kingdom falters on, it is its pacing. Apple, a common fruit eaten by people since ancient times. Eat it fresh or cook it to increase its effect. Oh, hi. That's right. Oh. Taking your stick! Zonite Charge, a material used as a power source for constructs and other devices. Its strange light seems to reveal potent energy inside. Soldier Construct Horn, a splade-like horn from a soldier construct. It's very sharp, so handle with care. So, how does one manage the pacing of a game like this? Wooden stick, a tree branch with an added grip and excellent balance. Equip it and use it as a weapon. Hey, my girlfriend! Yeah! Anywho. The first thing, if we were going to emphasize the story, that I feel like could have been done involves our Purapad. And thankfully, there isn't much else we can collect around here, so we can go grab it right now. And we can have a discussion. Hello? Link, I have waited for you. Princess Zelda left something for you in my care. This is the Purapad. Can I stop for a second and marvel at Purah's ability to engineer something like this? Not just in what it does, but the fact that it could survive for literally millennia. Like 10,000 years. Possibly longer. And still be in perfect working order. That's pretty dang amazing. I am told it is an invaluable tool that will provide you with direction. Purapad, Princess Zelda's prized device. It has a variety of features that are essential for adventure. Like so. I received it from Princess Zelda. I have now passed it on to you. My records indicate that Princess Zelda is waiting at the location marked on this map. My message has been delivered. Where am I? We stand in the Garden of Time. The Temple of Time is visible from here. It was used in the distant past. Many rites and ceremonies of the kingdom were held there. But no more. Now it is a lonely place. No one visits. I have a quest. So. Yeah, I know, right? One of the things that I think might have been of a benefit to the story is if we had a connection to Minoru from the very beginning. We know that she is in the Purapad. So what if, instead of it being a construct with an artificial personality and whatnot, we see what Minoru can do with her big construct? Why not have her spirit possessing this one and then transfer herself to the Purapad so she can travel with you, thereby giving us a companion? I think having given Link someone to talk to would have been a very useful thing in providing additional context to what is going on and a little bit more emotional weight. Especially considering the fact that throughout the memories and whatnot, we really don't get a whole lot in regards to Minoru as a character. Now, the problem with that idea is the fact that Minoru knows what happened to Zelda. So why, if Minoru was traveling with us and could talk with us, why wouldn't she reveal the secret? It could definitely be one of those, because Zelda asked me not to, the pain is still too great, maybe thought that Link wasn't ready to bear the news. Something to that effect. I am wondering if... Is it here? It's not here. It would be here under this. Special controls? Oh. You can change the setting for Zelda notes in options. Okay. I gotta see how this works. That's... Thanks. Fine, we'll go back to the... We'll go back to the thing here. Okay. Observations from Zelda and others. The voice memories. When you reach certain places in the game, you may discover a voice memory. After opening the voice memories feature, connect to your system. Okay. The sensor will indicate if you are near a voice memory, and the indication will get stronger the closer you get. Move around in the game to home in on the memory's location. Or you can search with the map. After opening the navigation feature, connect to your system. Access the list of categories, then select a voice memory option to display them on the map. Select a destination, then follow the voice guidance to head to that location. You can replay voice memories you've already discovered. You can select one, touch it to play. You can change which language the voice memories play in by first touching the gear icon. Okay. Got it. So, at the moment, you can see what my phone is doing. Okay? And it's making that noise. The sensor below will react when you get close to a voice memory. So... Hello. You seem to be new here. Do you intend to use that as a weapon against the soldier constructs? The thing that tried to kill me? Soldier constructs are those of us given strict orders to protect this land. The Zonai who created us directed them to eliminate trespassers. They will consider you a trespasser. You must treat them as a serious threat. Allow me to offer unsolicited advice. It is crucial to maintain a proper distance and target your opponents. Swinging haphazardly will not yield results. You may practice targeting on me if you want. Oh, but please do not actually attack. Okay, I think there's one in that direction, but obviously I can't go over there, so... I'm gonna run over here real quick and... see if maybe there's one over here that I'm not aware of. Since we, didn't activate the thing until just now. New stick. I'm kind of surprised it told me that the branch broke. Oh, there is one. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Just one more thing for me to get all excited about, I guess. Oh, it stopped. Maybe it's just down there. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so... Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, alright. So... The one that I keep pinging is definitely not a place that I can get to. So we'll so now you can kind of take a look and see what I have on my actual map here. It's actually decently accurate to where I am and where I'm going. So that's kind of cool. And then you can see the question marks there. That shows I'm fairly certain where, maybe not all of the voice memories, but they do indicate where something of interest is located. I think it might be the voice memories, actually. So, now that we have that information, we can continue onward. Okay. So, back to our discussion. The other challenge of having Minoru be active and providing the commentary role is that the story then becomes a lot more about Minoru than we probably want. Hot-footed frog, a quick frog that can be found hopping around near water. Cooked with monster parts to draw out its speed boost effect. Ah, missed. That could be a good or a bad thing, just kind of depends on how the narrative itself is constructed. Mine. Goodbye. It's very foggy here. Herbs. Ostrich. Ah! So if we were to have Minoru be active, it definitely gives something for Link to play off of a little bit more, which I do like. Ow. Mine. Long stick. A long stick fashioned from a tree branch. Its straight shape makes it work well as a lunging weapon. There we go. Did I not? Oh, maybe I got the other ones already. Hello, Construct. Hello. Were you lured by the delicious smells? I assume so. Ingredients are especially fragrant when roasted by a fire. They may also be tastier and more nutritious. I would not know. Then why are you roasting them? Oh, you are unfamiliar to me. My apologies. Among my tasks is to explain anything that first-time visitors might require knowledge of. You may have questions about this place. Please rest assured that a construct can answer them. I recall that your question was about roasting food. I roast ingredients by placing them beside the fire. I do not eat, but I am given to understand that it improves the taste. Our creators roasted ingredients in order to enhance their nutritional value. Do you have ingredients? I invite you to use this fire to roast them. Such as this toasty sky shroom. A simply grilled sky shroom. The heat brings out its flavor and increases the amount of health it can restore. We certainly have plenty to work with now. Okay, there is supposedly a... Found it! Voice memory...
Forest ostriches were once on the brink of extinction. However, a proposal by the Queen was made to protect them, and eventually, this species flourished once more. Though they were originally only found in colder lands, they are highly adaptable, thriving in all but the frigid polar regions.
There you go. We have a Rauru voice thing. We learned about the burbs. Burb knowledge. I hope you were all able to hear that. There we go. That's what we want. Old wooden shield. An aged, worn-out wooden shield. Makes sense. It can withstand lighter attacks such as arrows. Rusty broadsword. This one's fearsome sword has seen better days. It can do some damage in the right hands, but also breaks quickly. Oh, another one.
The Temple of Time is a bell tower and faithful timekeeper, as well as a spiritual center of this land. It was constructed in a traditional Zonai architectural style that extends both up into the sky and down into the ground. It was believed in ancient times that such a design could pierce through evil.
Huh. The more you know. Connecting the heavens and the earth, if you will. Huh. Curious. That explains the spear at the bottom. That was probably embedded in the earth. Ow! Rude.
That door will open only to those with sufficient power. I'm sorry. I did not intend to startle you. It was I that spoke to you earlier. That arm originally belonged to me. I am Rauru.
Source of the right arm. Oh, that explains why that arm of his is glowing right now.
Forgive me for appearing to you in this manner. Unfortunately, I no longer have a physical form. In any case, that arm should allow you to open this door. It seems to have lost the power to do so.
Hmm.
You might be able to restore it, but you would need to enter a place filled with sacred light. Ah, of course. Why not visit the shrines on this island? The shrines. Yes, I am sure they are the key.
The closed door. I can't help but think about this premise that I talked about earlier about Minoru being awake and active and how that would change the story that we are talking about. She would have to be more or less silent when people like Rauru is talking. In fact, she probably doesn't want to necessarily interact with anybody. And thereby kind of it would remove the awkwardness, if you will, of speaking to other characters, dramatically reducing the risk of accidentally spilling the beans, as it were. Old wooden bow. A wooden bow from the olden days. It's built for hunting, but it's not very powerful. Arrow! A bundle of 5 common arrows. The shafts of these arrows were carved from the wood of a sturdy tree. We're going... Again, we are once again going to ignore the fact that there's no way anything made of wood would have been able to last this long. Okay, we will have another voice clip. Here we go.
These rails are intended to transport materials, but they also supply energy through pipes. The Goron people make extensive use of this kind of mechanism, and I believe it is possible they modeled their designs on our own technology.
Huh. Intriguing. So these used to be power cables as well as transport. So chances are you just had to stick the hook on and it could go of its own accord. If Minoru was here, it would eliminate the need for any of the constructs to speak. Because instead, Minoru would be able to explain all of the different things happening around the area. Rushroom. A mushroom that can grow almost anywhere, but prefers ceilings and sheer cliffs. Cook it before eating to temporarily increase your movement speed. Oh, that's right. That's the bell tower. There we go. All right. Shrine number 1. The cool thing about Minoru being a spirit inhabiting the Purapad or the construct or whatever you have it Link doesn't know what she looks like. So she could introduce herself as someone completely different. Like, use a pseudonym. So, you've made it here. This is a shrine of light. Long ago, I filled these places with light that purges evil. I believe this light will restore an ability your right arm has lost. Now then, extend your hand. It's not really an extension. You want like a full extension? You gotta like full out. This is just kind of bent. Ultra Hand! This is the Ultra Hand ability. It allows you to move objects freely and attach them to other objects. With it, you'll be able to build a great number of things. Really, anything you can imagine. Use Ultra Hand and receive the blessing from the shrine. As is the case with any Zelda story, we need to first and foremost kind of determine the, not kind of, literally, determine the personality of our Link. It's a little interesting that we need to figure this out. In this configuration, considering the fact that this is a sequel Link... Ah, darn it. Alright, hang on. Apparently 90 degrees is not a good angle. There we go. That'll do it. So in a way, we have to determine the personality of both this Link and Tears of the Kingdom Link. Because while they are technically the same Link, one has gone through significantly more character development. Which changes how you're going to look at this. Or it's going to change how a character is going to act. Link, obviously, for the most part, is fairly stoic, though with an earnest desire to help. His time in Breath of the Wild would alter some things about him. Dude, fall down. Thank you. I did not want to turn on Ultra Hand again. Obviously. Onward! Whee! But his time in Breath of the Wild and also in the years following Breath of the Wild, there should be some opportunity for Link to open up a bit. So when it comes to Zelda, he is probably super protective, both as kind of his guardian duty, but also the last real connection to his past life. And as we have evidence, they are probably an item. That look on his face. What the? But I would also assume that in Tears of the Kingdom, he's a bit more emotional. At least more willing to express it. You did very well getting through that shrine, and you've restored an ability. This is wonderful. If you visit and complete 2 more shrines, you should be able to open the door to the Temple of Time. You may want to mark the shrines in the distance with pins, then you'll never lose track of where they are. The burpad offers you a very useful scope. It's quite handy. All right. Do I still remember that? Hang on. I may remember a thing that I really don't have much business remembering. Darn it. Not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. No, you don't. Get back here. Excuse you. Thank you. My gosh. Did I actually remember this? I bet I did. I did! I did remember this! The random things I remember after 2 years. Aha! You found me! Huh? You're not Hestu, but you see me? I didn't know someone like you could see the children of the forest. Well, if you see Hestu, please return this to him. Korok seed. The small seed was given to you by Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen. Oh, and my friends are hiding in lots of different places too. So you should keep an eye out while you wander. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If I happen to spot it, or I come across it, then great. But I am not getting all of them. Got it? Okay. Now. Oh, that was a firefly. Let's get it. Sunset Firefly. This firefly glows gently in the dark. When cooked with monster parts, the compound that causes it to glow results in an elixir that will allow you to move more quietly. Which is kind of strange considering the fact that it's a firefly and the glowing makes it more visible. Don't worry about it. I see that they're still at work even now. We originally created the constructs to assist in our endeavors. All of us were fond of them. I never imagined they would continue to carry out their assigned tasks to this day. The fact that their labor no longer serves any purpose, yet they perform it still, it is disquieting to me. That is a line that similarly Minoru could speak. Wood! A portable bundle of wood. You can use this to make a campfire if you have something to light it. Guess the idea... Oh, here we go. Look at all of these logs. I'm gonna make a thicker bridge, because that feels more secure to me. No! I caught it! I really gotta stop letting gravity decide how this stuff functions. There we go. That's better. Huh. Thank you. Thank you. Kind of surprised I did, honestly. Oh, new memory.
On occasion, constructs have been observed forming a line as they wait for an available charging spot. More interestingly, some will give up their place in that line to allow constructs with a greater need to recharge first. Were it that everyone always acted with such empathy.
Aww. That's cute. I guess... Oh, are you telling me these used to be charging spots? Like this circle right here? Huh. That's cool. Ten arrows. Nice. Oh, Raru's up there, huh? Oh. Well, that didn't work. Let's go see what he's musing over. Oh. Huh. I love this view of the Temple of Time. I always took a moment to appreciate it whenever I passed by here. The Garden of Time was quiet. The only sound to be heard was the time bell ringing in mornings and evenings. It was as if the whole place changed at its chime, especially at night when the sound signaled the emergence of fireflies. Those were glorious times. So, oh, there's one. So we need to go over there. I've definitely gotten off track. Oh, here we go. We are back on track. Darn it! That's what I was looking for. Stambulb, a wild plant with bulging roots often found in cooler climates. It contains nutrients that increase endurance. Cook it to restore stamina. Oh, they're down there. Okay. Here we go. Get him! Bye. Rusty shield. It's likely this rusty old shield once belonged to a knight. It still has some defensive capabilities, but its usefulness has been worn down by time. Ta-da! We have done the thing. There's the bell. Opal, a valuable ore that gives off a mesmerizing iridescence similar to the inside of a seashell. It contains the power of water. Oh, here's our first Korok delivery. I'm ready. Hi.
This is awful. Where's my friend? Huh? You can see me? I'm a Korok, one of the children of the forest. I was traveling with my friend, but we got separated. My friend is sending up a smoke signal. I can't wait to catch up. I'm so tired, though. I can't move.
Stamella Shroom, a nutritious mushroom chock full of natural energy. Cook it to release its stamina restoration properties. All right. So I'm gonna put this here. Then we're gonna put this right about here. I'm gonna grab you. Put you right about here. Let's try down here. Woohoo! Who needs energy when you have gravity? Donk. Ta-da! It is done. All right. So now we are basically just going to do the same thing, just with this one. How did I... Whee! Donk. Wind in these games is something that I kind of wish I either knew about. Thick stick, a thick bat cut from a large tree. It's not the sturdiest weapon, but it's heavy and does have a bit of power behind it. Let's see. Okay, so now we have this. And off we go. Like, I don't use the wind very frequently. It's one of those things where I had this discussion when it came to Echoes of Wisdom as well. Just because you can do whatever you want doesn't mean that you should try and do everything. It's there as an option, not as a mandatory thing. There's a wide enough array of potential solutions and techniques that, as long as you get the job done, as it were, you're doing it right. That's kind of the whole point when it comes to all of these options in a game. Choo-choo jelly, a gelatinous substance that came from a choo-choo. It's unusable in this state, but applying a bit of elemental stimulation will change its form. Oh, hi. Bye! In Isa. So what would Minoru's pseudonym be, I wonder? Oh, did I? Ooh, I missed one. I totally missed one. Oh well. We'll have to go back and check it out. But that'll be later. So you've made it here. Now then, extend your right hand. Hi, New! How are you? Maximum Harrison, hello! Fusion! Attach something to an equipped weapon or shield to enhance it. You can undo the fusion, but that will destroy whatever has been attached. This is the fuse ability. It allows you to fuse something nearby to your weapon or shield, thereby enhancing it. Why not pick up that sword just ahead and then fuse a nearby object to it? Use fuse and receive the blessing from this shrine.
This world is
I can do
full of
that.
unsolved mysteries. Just what will we come across this time?
Woo! Rusty Claymore, a two-handed sword not properly cared for. Although it can be used as a weapon, its durability is very low. Don't expect it to last more than a few strikes. Thank you very much, Harrison. Much obliged. We'll drop that. And then we'll grab this. And then we'll grab this! Oh, I should have used the claymore. Oops. Ah, it's fine. It's fine! I'ma smash it with a hammer. Thank you. When I first played this game, I had the sound clip of Vegeta and Goku doing the fusion dance. Fire fruit, a fruit that generates heat when struck. Cooked correctly, its heating properties improve blood flow and stimulate muscles to raise attack power in high temperatures. There we go. Fire, go! Very good. Small key. A key to a door inside a shrine of light. I remember having the goal to fuse everything to everything to see what I could do. That did not last all that long, if I'm perfectly honest. I see the end. Hello? Ah. Construct bow, a bow used by Captain Construct. Though simply built, it's made of fireproof materials and won't catch fire as wooden bows do. Captain Construct One Horn. This wavy, double-edged, blade-like horn is formidable when it comes to slashing. Attached to a weapon to increase attack power. And here we are. So now that we've kind of nailed down what Link is going to be like, if we have Mineru be an active companion, I feel like then if she is to not provide too much immediate spoilers to everything that is going on, she would probably give herself some kind of pseudonym. Considering that we would first see her in the construct and then being transferred to the Purapad, maybe being shown as some kind of program, or at least that's how she would kind of present herself, or at least introduce herself as like some kind of caretaker of all of the machines. Something that gives her an obvious connection and isn't technically lying, but obviously not giving the entire truth of who she is. Link. I came because there is something I failed to give you. Please take it. Yay! Energy Cell! A gift from a Zonai construct. Designed to be worn on a belt. It can power Zonai devices. What I've just given you is an energy cell. It is required to make use of the tools known as Zonai devices. I cannot demonstrate its utility because there are no Zonai devices right here. I do have associates on the other side of that cave system. They can teach you how to use this. I hope that the energy cell I provided is useful to you. So for something like this, it could be a lot more direct than if Mineru, who is our supposed head of construction and all this kind of stuff, or head of constructs, excuse me. I love this. I love the fact that enemies will fight each other. She could very easily I say just way too much. She could very easily tell Link, there's something else that could be of use. It's over in the workshop. Since we can't use the cells until, I would say, until we have some constructs to work with. Ow. It could work just as well for Link to not get the power cell until there is something nearby in which she can actually utilize the power cell. Soldier Reaper. A tree branch with an added grip and an excellent balance. Equip it and use it as a weapon. Discovery, Pond Side Cave. Bright Bloom Seed, a seed that is often found in caves or wells. When struck, it will take root and bloom, giving off faint light from a small flower. Took me forever. You know, it helps if you read the actual text, the actual description. You actually learn what this stuff is for. Keith's Eyeball. These mysterious orbs scan their surroundings. Take advantage of their glaring awareness and attach one to an arrow to gain a homing quality to the arrow. Key Swing, an aerodynamic material dropped by defeated Keys. Arrows and thrown weapons fly farther with this item attached. I was gonna say, that wasn't working very well. Rock Salt, crystallized salt from the ancient sea, commonly used to season meals. Cannot be eaten in this form. Flint, strike it with a metallic weapon to generate a spark. This fire starter breaks after one use, but it can create a long-lasting flame if you strike it near firewood. Got him. Bubble Gem! A strange crystal left behind by defeated bubble frogs in caves. Its eerie blue glow may entice you to collect even more. Even more. Giant Bright Bloom Seed, a seed that's found underground. When struck, it will take root and bloom, radiating a large amount of light from a big flower. Smackin' a smack. Archaic Tunic. Old-fashioned upper body wear. It's got some holes, but the soft cloth feels good to the touch. It's hard to keep it wrinkle-free. Toga! 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 Oh, here's our way out. Awesome. The steward constructs were the first to be built. After that, we crafted others suited to different roles. Culinary constructs, maker constructs. You'll find all sorts of them still active in this place. Some became so skilled within their specialties that they surpassed us. We began to learn from them instead. You should take time out to talk to them. They can teach you how many things you might not yet know. Arrows! Apples! All right. Time to utilize the thing, I think. Unless... say this is right here. We could... That's also right... Oh, no, but I can't... I think I need Ascend to really utilize that, so... It's not really worth it. Tell you what, though. I want to try something a little different. We always... Well, I have always just gone straight across. What if, instead... What if we just go up? You know? Ancient arowana. A lively fish that hasn't changed much since ancient times. Its nutritious meat can restore a bit of health. Let's see how this goes for me. Something just a little bit different. Oh. You know, it would probably help if they were facing the right way. So that the wind blows down. This makes sense. All right, let's try this. Okay. Much better. Let's try that again. Going up. You know? That worked pretty well. I'm gonna look at this tree stump while the battery recharges. Would you stop that? I keep pressing the L button. That's why that keeps happening. Okay. I bet there's a Korok in here. And I would be right! Oh, wait. Select material to throw. That's what I want. Ta-da!
Yaha!
Perfect. All right. Batteries recharged. We can continue our ascent. I'm gonna bring you right over here. Hopefully that will be a little easier. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. A lot of arrows. So glad they give us so many arrows in this game. Energizing elixir restores your stamina, which is used when performing physical actions such as climbing walls or swimming. Okay. The amount of sound effects in this game. Okay, there's our last one. You're very big. Now you're gone. Ah! We found our gotcha machine. The time bell that sounds from the temple at time rings at a set time each morning and evening. Along with the constructs, we woke to the sound of the bell. When we heard it in the evening, we knew it was time to rest. It also played its part in our traditional ceremonies. In a way, it was this place's beating heart. The sight of the temple and the sound of its bell stir fond memories in me. Well, that's nice. Okay, I think we're getting another... Here we are. Oh, come back!
This is known as a Zonai device dispenser. But the concept of leaving things to chance is not one often seen in our civilization. I myself believe that it was originally created with a different purpose. Maybe it was used for entertainment. Or maybe it was not even originally made by the Zonai. The ways of our ancestors are sometimes unclear, but they are also interesting puzzles to unravel.
Okay, that has implications. If you think about it. Like, some major implications. Like, I'm not even sure how I feel about those implications. The idea that these things aren't even technically the Zonais. I need materials. Oh, there they are. Gotcha! Flame emitter, a Zonai device that shoots fire. It's thought to have been originally used as protection for monsters. Portable pots, a Zonai device for cooking food almost any time, anywhere. It lasts for one cooking recipe only. The device is easier to use on flat surfaces. Fan, a Zonai device that produces wind with its internal propeller. It's likely that the Zonai made smart use of this wind power to transport objects and generate thrust. And then if you go in here and you go to it, it will tell you what it dispenses. Restless cricket, a very energetic cricket. Cook it with monster parts to create a stamina recovery elixir. Oh, it's over there. All right. Next! Okay. That's right. The fact that we are dealing with gravity makes the fan a much more appealing option here. Where are you? Onward! There you go. Got it. Okay. I need more things to talk about while we're doing this. The place is so serene, I can't think of things to discuss. So It's one of the big challenges with a game like this. Even though I want to talk story, Zonite, an unusual mineral that has many purposes. Ancients extracted energy from it and refined it for the crafting of weapons and armor. Because with the amount of space there is between different events, there isn't a whole lot of added detail that needs to be put in. No! What the? Not what I wanted. Rude. There we go. Okay. I hope that works. Oops. There we go. Or not. The fan got caught. Let's try that again. That's better. I am greatly amused. All right. Here's you. Portable pot. Thank you, portable pot. Did I come all the way over here just to go back down? Apparently I did. Could have been worse. Ah, here we go. Spicy pepper. This pepper is exploding with spice. Cook with it to create dishes that will raise your body temperature and help you withstand the cold. I will totally do that. Spicy sauteed peppers grants low-level cold resistance. The spiciness of these sauteed peppers has been broken by the heat for a sweeter taste. Make 3 of these. This hopefully will be enough. Okay. Oh, there's the bell. Oh, there goes my axe. Frog! There we go. Man, I want to collect even more. I feel it in my bones. Ruby, a precious red ore mined from large ore deposits. Rubies contain the power of fire and have fetched a high price since ancient times. Oh, and now we're back here. Alrighty. What kind of relationship dynamic would Link and Minoru have? I think Minoru would probably be dealing with, like, depression. Because she did witness the complete extinction of her people. Whoa! I got cold!
It was here that we used the capabilities of frost emitters to create a permanently snowy region. By encircling the island in cold air, we created an ideal place to test the durability of constructs and Zonai devices. I'll always remember the look of wonder on Sonia's face the first time we came here.
Huh. Just suddenly note. So that's a piece of information we now have. Oh, hello. What the? Hang on. Ow! White choo-choo jelly, a jiggly substance that came from an ice choo-choo. It's cold to the touch, and squeezing it seems to relieve stress. If struck, it will explode in a cold mist. You know, I do have to say, I am glad to be back playing this. I probably would feel the same way playing Breath of the Wild as well. This isn't necessarily Tears of the Kingdom specific, but at the moment at least, there's a very nice chill atmosphere that comes from these games. And now we know we're freezing. Now we know why we're freezing our ear off. Thanks, Raru. It's all your fault. I keep getting distracted. There's a thing over here. I see it. It's another Korok thing. But first, Burb. Raw bird drumstick. This meat is tougher and chewier than a standard steak. Tastes better cooked. Thunk. Woo! How exactly is one supposed to get on that? I don't think you're technically... It seems like you're not supposed to until later. I can. You know what? Let's have some fun. I'm going to start with my Skyward Sword duo. So here's Skyward Sword Link. Thank you. Seriously, guys? Thank you. Huh. Nothing in terms of equipment, I'm guessing. Oh, no, there we go. Blue Nightshade, a plant that grows in quieter areas of Hyrule. At night, it gives off a soft glow. Cook it with it to increase your stealth. Hyrule Herb, this healthy herb has not changed since ancient times. Cook it before eating to increase the number of hearts it restores. Electric Saflina, this medicinal plant grows abundantly in the Gerudo Desert. Its peculiar fibers conduct electricity, which will increase your electricity resistance when cooked into a dish. And finally, Warm Saflina. This medicinal plant grows in hot regions, such as the Gerudo Desert. It's warm to the touch and increases your cold resistance when cooked into a dish. Goddess Fabric. Tough fabric bearing a goddess design. It looks like it'd be used to make a paraglider. That it could. Minda's next. Meat! Raw meat! Meat obtained from animals in plains and forests. You can eat it raw, but cooking it will make it more delicious and nutritious. Raw prime meat, a fresh, high-quality piece of animal meat. This stuff isn't easy to come by, so savor it. Cook it to recover more hearts. Twilight Princess, Zelda. Mighty Thistle. This medicinal plant is known for its sharp thorns and for the fruit it bears. The fruit contains a compound that increases attack power when cooked into a dish. Swift Carrot. This carrot is cultivated extensively in villages. It strengthens the legs and hips when cooked into a dish, which helps increase your movement speed. And a Fortified Pumpkin, an extremely tough pumpkin raised for food. When cooked, that toughness manifests itself by considerably upping defense. And I am now going to eat some food. Ruby! And now, here's Twilight Princess Link. Palm fruit. Oh, I should have read that. Chickaloo tree nut. Small birds love this nut. You can eat it raw for a minor effect, but it can also be added as a spice to other recipes. Acorn, often found on the ground near trees. Squirrels adore this fruit, so you may have competition while foraging. Add one to a meal for a nutty seasoning. And mighty bananas! This fruit grows mainly in tropical forests of the Faron region. When it's used as an ingredient, the resulting dish will temporarily increase your attack power. Wind Waker Link. Look at all the fish! Armored Porgy. This Porgy's body is covered in armor-hard scales. The compounds in its scales, when cooked into a dish, fortify your bones and temporarily boost your defense. Oh no, not just bananas. They must be mighty bananas. Hyrule Bass, an ordinary fish that hasn't changed for ages. It can be eaten raw, but cooking amplifies its healing ingredient effects. Armored Carp. Calcium deposits in the scales of this ancient fish make them as hard as armor. Cooking it into a dish will fortify your bones, temporarily increasing your defense. Sizzlefin Trout. This red trout prefers warm bodies of water. It has a special organ specifically for storing heat. When cooked into a dish, it temporarily boosts your resistance to the cold. Stealthfin Trout. Consuming the bioluminescent compound that makes this fish glow in the dark will increase concentration. Dishes cooked with it suppress noise when consumed. Mighty Porgy. This ocean-dwelling fish comes with one rude attitude. The compounds in its flesh elevate your competitive spirit when it's cooked into a dish, thus increasing your attack power. Wind Waker Zelda. Hey. Thank you. Cool Saflina. This medicinal plant grows in high elevations, such as mountains in the Hebra or Gerudo regions. When cooked into a dish, it will temporarily increase your heat resistance. Amber. A fossilized resin with a caramelsque sheen to it. It's been valued as a component in decorations and crafting since ancient times. I need to eat. There, I have eat. Breath of the Wild Zelda. Guys, ow! Dude, I'm summoning things! Leave me alone! rude. In the middle of something. Swift Violet. This vitally rich flower blooms mainly on cliffsides. When cooked into a dish, the nourishing compounds increase your movement speed. More amber. And finally, we have Riju! Meat! Raw gourmet meat. This prized cut of meat is usually from a large animal. Any connoisseur would rank this tender, juicy cut of meat gourmet. Expect an exquisite meal when cooking with this. Raw bird thigh. A high-quality piece of meat that's hard to come by. You can eat it raw, but cooking it first will recover more hearts. Raw whole bird. This prized meat can be obtained from certain birds. It gets full points for flavor, nutrition, and volume. It pairs perfectly with other ingredients, or it can be enjoyed alone. Okay. And just exploding. Okay. I hope by getting into... Yeah, I don't feel like touching that. Bottomless cave. That took a lot of stabs. More importantly, though, bomb flowers. A dangerous flower that contains explosive elements. Does not mix well with fire or electricity. Unless the goal is to blow stuff up. Makes sense. Ah! That's why it's bottomless. That seems... violent and deadly. We'll not go down there. How about that? That seems like a smart idea. Especially since I don't have a paraglider or anything. More amber. I have a lot of amber when we're done here. Oh, hello. You're a tough one, aren't you? Nice. Thank you. Get out of my life. You freaking like. Opal. Thank you, Opal. And now, like stone. A strange round stone from a like, made of crystallized inner fluids. It's a great ingredient for elixirs. Also good for making me grossed out. 'Cause no. Okay. Hello there. Flame emitter shield. Eliminate all lights with extreme prejudice, as one does. Certainly what I do. I think the idea was to use a flame emitter to burn that like up. Which I'm always a fan of, kill it with fire, so... I could have done that. Obviously I didn't, but I could have. Sorry, I don't feel like dealing with you, buddy. This is my last heat, cold resistance food, and I'd like to not waste it. Oh, wow, it's right there, is it? Okay. Then I guess we'll do this. Please don't go places. Ah.
Solved mysteries. Just what will we come across this time?
Hang on. I know a bot when I see one. Boop. What we come across this time? We come across a bot this time. Obviously. Okay. Question is going to be, how long do I need this thing to be in order to get what we need out of it? Because, yes, this is 5 long, and it's probably long enough. But... is this the best way to do this? Dang it. There we go. Okay. Right there. Uh-oh. We're running out of warmth! There we go. Whew. That was close. Gosh, how many do we cook this time? 5? I don't think we need 5, but it doesn't hurt. Okay. And now we need this over here. Kutenbach. Gutenbach. Sounds German. So you've made it here. Now then, extend your right hand. Move upward through solid material and emerge on top of it. This is the Ascend ability. It lets you travel through what's directly above you, to ascend through it and emerge on top of it. You'll find it quite useful in all sorts of places and situations. Use Ascend and receive the blessing from the shrine. Ascend is so fun. The ability to rise. I swim. Oh, there's a thing down there. Hang on. I gotta get the thing. Stone axe. A tree branch with an added grip and excellent balance. Equip it and use it as a weapon. I will do that. Most likely. As I'm fighting this thing. Dang, he nearly died. Let's see here. So this bow is almost shot, so we'll drop it. Grab the other one. Thank you, gravity. Anything else? Ooh, that else. What is this else, I wonder? Construct bow. It's a better bow, so I will take the better bow. All right. That's everything else, so... Up, up, and up again. And there we go. Okay, we've been through this enough. I don't have anything that I want to talk through that, so I think we're good in just moving onward. Very holy sounding, though. I see you've restored some power to that new arm of yours. The door into the Temple of Time should now open for you. The lore behind Link being able to travel through the floor? Well, being able to travel through the floor is exactly what Rauru said. It is a unique ability that has been granted to him thanks to the fact that he has now been arm fused. Archaic warm greaves. Warm greaves believed to be from a very long time ago. Despite the old look, the heat-retaining material makes it pleasantly resistant to cold temperatures. So out of curiosity, what's up here? Ooh. I'll tell you what's up here. Korok is up here. Basically, 'cause magic. Yeah, basically. Magic gets to hand wave a lot of stuff. Okay. Good. I'm gonna come down here. And we should be getting a note. Here we go.
We intended for this airfield to allow easy transportation of goods between Sky Islands. While I hoped the people of Hyrule would make use of it, the flying machines proved challenging to control. I once sought to join Sonia while she practiced with one, but a construct stopped me, insisting that the devices are limited to one rider.
That's fun. That's fun. Oh, wrong one. These are somewhat challenging to pilot, yes. You have to do a lot of walking. I just kind of wanted to know what was over here. I don't think I've ever actually... I'm not sure if I've been on this island before. Are there just materials here? There might just be materials here. Hi! Oh, you're over here, though. Hi there. We find ourselves in a sea of clouds. Interesting. That would mean we're at quite an altitude. As you heard from the steward construct, this land is the Garden of Time, site of the kingdom's rites and ceremonies. Though in my day, it was on the surface. Interesting little bit of lore right there for you. The fact that Rauru is kind of surprised that they're up here. Even though he refers to them as Sky Islands, because obviously they're in the sky right now, they were not always so. And only recently have they begun plummeting to the surface. I think I would have preferred... We saw in that opening cutscene... with when Ganon rose Hyrule Castle up, that's when things started to fall down. I think it would make more sense for things to not start falling down until our light dragon bursts through the cloud barrier. Hi! What are you doing here? Okay! That was weird. I'm gonna go now. Thanks. I guess. I admit that this next part has always kind of confused me, and it still kind of does. let me look at it one more time. Okay. All right. I feel better about this now. I think I can explain this. Recall. Reverse an object's movement until it goes back to where it was. You can stop the reverse movement at any time. Ah, recall. The ability to reverse the movement of an object through time. And Zelda has vanished as well. What you just saw, it's a mystery even to me. Perhaps it was a sort of echo, one that reflects her sheer will. That you've now been given this ability, no doubt it will prove important. Obviously, Rauru would not know, because he was dead. He didn't... Though, I would say that he would have seen it happen, his spirit, because Ghost was hanging around. But I imagine that Zelda was making preparations before she did her transmutation. And she would have wanted to give Link every single opportunity to succeed. Which is why she left that power behind, because it's not like she could have used it. Because she would not be in a state to use it any longer, so why hang on to it? Give it to someone who you know is going to need it. This door stands as a test of your own overall vitality. You remain in a weakened state. You're not yet strong enough to open it. But there is one more shrine on this island. There you can get another blessing. If you add that to the other blessings you received at the shrines, and offer them all to the goddess, you might just find your way forward after all. Let me see the pearl pad. The pearl pad lets you travel to certain places instantly. Now, see all the blue marks on your map? You can travel instantly to any of them, I suggest the one at the bottom of your map. There we go. All right, before we jump over there, I want to pick up what I accidentally passed over. Because Zelda notes. If we're going to be collecting anything, we're going to be collecting the one thing that I haven't collected because it didn't exist. Nope. Oh, you know what? You know what? Since I have this, that was faster. I like that. Okay. All right, we need to do this again. This one we should probably... utilize properly. Not exactly how I was planning on doing that, but... Woo! Okay. We need to go over here. And then... should be a relatively straight shot this way. This thing? This thing.
Our culinary constructs were imparted with knowledge of both cooking meals and concocting medicines. Though they have no taste buds, they learn to mimic the movements we make when tasting food. Even my sister, who gifted them with the ability to learn in the first place, was surprised by what they gleaned through simple observation.
Huh. That's entertaining. Okay. There's another one that is right here. Oh, it's cold up here, isn't it? Okay, we need to get down over there. Should I risk this? I'm gonna risk this. Whee! Okay, this was a bad idea! I'm regretting this! Mistakes are being made! Mistakes are being made! our thing!
I do not believe anyone else is as proficient at handling Zonai devices as the Maker constructs. That said, one should be careful around the inventions of less experienced ones. I recall a very chaotic rafting ride when a misaligned fan made it nearly impossible to steer. I was scared half to death throughout. But Queen Sonia enjoyed herself.
Okay, that's adorable. That's absolutely adorable. All right. We need to go up. And we need to get ready for that. Whoop! I thought they went backwards separately. That was dangerous. I'm guessing this is... Yes.
A crystal refinery, and one responsible for a highly complex manufacturing process. The nature of the work was such that only a select few constructs could perform it, and only 2 of those remain in operation. Fortunately, that is enough for now. Though apparently there was a time when they could be found throughout the kingdom.
All right. In we go. The ability to rewind. If only I could turn back time. Okay. Same deal here. Whee! Welcome back. Thank you, arrows. Let's see. Wow, I timed that perfectly. Real nice. Ba-da! Bum ba-da-da-da! Beautiful. I need Zonite ore to get more battery. This is a crystal refinery. I can take your crystallized charges and use them to produce energy wells. Crystallized charges? Yes, crystallized charges are materials used in the creation of energy wells. They are made by processing zonite. Zonite can be excavated even in the mining cave on this island. Though there is very little left there, it is unlikely you will find enough to produce an energy well. Greater concentrations can be found in the distant depths of the world below. It was originally mined from there. Shall I begin production? Nope. I would enjoy further visits from you. So would I. Okay, there is one more memory note below me, and I think it's in the mine that dude just spoke about, which I can come back and get some other time. I can see Death Mountain from here. And the Hepper Mountains. And the Gerudo Mountains. I don't think this is going to go very well. I'm trying to descend in a manner that is actually... Please, please, please... Oh, no! That did not go as desired. I forgot that those things expire. Just, yeah. Oh, boy. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. We're back. That's all that matters. We can move on. I do need a heart for this one, so I will not be flipping a coin to determine what my upgrade is going to be. In fact, it probably won't even let me. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their lights of blessing. In exchange for 4 lights of blessing, I will grant you power. Literally the only power that is available to me right now. You're welcome. A rare item that restores some of the life force you lost to the gloom. increasing your maximum number of hearts by 1. That is honestly one of the best explanations for that they could have possibly come up with for why we're starting at ground zero. Complete and utter corruption. What a great idea.
Good. I see you have managed to open the door. You haven't fully recovered yet, but that is to be expected. You were almost beyond saving. By visiting the shrines and receiving their blessings, you have mitigated some of the corruption's effects. Though our time together has been brief, I am so happy that we finally met. You are exactly as Zelda said. I've done everything I can for her. Now it is up to you.
If Link had lines there would definitely be questions that he's trying to ask. Wait, how do you know Zelda? What's going on? Who are you really? And there would probably be like an apology of, I'm sorry. I only had enough for this. And then, of course, what he just said about I've done all I can for her, etc. Now, there's supposedly one last note over here. But I don't know if it is going to activate before... Opportunity for Minoru there, too? I don't think so, because like I said before, she would not be revealing herself to Link right now. Not as who she is. That would wait until the Spirit Temple. Oh, I was wrong.
This altar is considered the most holy place in the temple, and it is where we give offerings as part of our prayers for a bountiful, peaceful world. I have heard ancient legends that it could interact with a sacred power, allowing travel back and forth through time. Though, how this was done is a mystery to me.
Okay. You heard that, right? The implication is that Ocarina of Time predates this. Assuming we're going to believe the timeline exists, this is an even longer history than anyone could have possibly imagined. Skyward Sword still starts everything. Ocarina of Time is before that. And apparently, Ocarina of Time is before even the most ancient of times. We are talking about potentially hundreds of thousands of years. That's insane, if that's the implication there. Aw, she's not here right now. Ah, if only she could speak. This is the pedestal of time, yes. Which explains, kind of, or at least it gives another reason why the sword can travel. It's too broken to bring anybody else with it. But it can still travel down the river of time's flow and back up it. See, this right here, this breaking of the cloud barrier is what should have caused all the different things to fall down to the earth. I think that would make a little bit more sense.
Link. Link. You must find me.
To the kingdom of Hyrule. We have time, so we will be going down. Going back over everything that we just experienced, as far as the general story is concerned, I don't have too much that I think needs to be said. Aside from the alterations that I proposed, allowing Link to have somebody to talk to, and even if Minoru isn't given a prominent position in this story as we're revamping it, it does give Link someone to talk to as he is trying to understand everything that is happening around him. Which, from a narrative standpoint, is good for whoever is listening to the story. Us. What's going on? Well, it was like this at this point. Or maybe feeling ideas. What if something was like this? Well, it could be that, but... And then, you know, that kind of stuff. It gives some banter to work with. Plus, it helps display personalities a little bit better. I probably shouldn't be aiming for that one. If I know I can hit this one, I should hit this one. Otherwise, I will die, and that would suck. But the way that whole build-up is put together, I don't have too much to say against it. I think it is done very well, and it sets up the emotional stakes as well as everything else, and the mystery surrounding the Master Sword and Zelda, the dress, everything. You must find me. It is very, very well put together. I really like how they did that. The question then for us becomes, how does the story progress from here? Because we are left with the entire world. Warm Darner. This dragonfly has a special organ that causes it to sweat profusely. Cook it with monster parts for an elixir that will raise your core temperature so you can resist the cold. Dazzle Fruit, a fruit charged with powerful light. Break it to unleash dazzling sparkles that blind any monsters nearby. Okay, there's nothing on any of these, so we can keep going. The first obvious destination is exactly where we are told to go. So we will definitely be heading that way. And the initial events that occur over there. Ow! Oh, that is not what I thought it was. Taking your apples! Ah, I missed! I wonder if that would have worked. Would have been funny if it did. Bokoblin Horn. A sharp horn with multiple barbs. Attach it to a weapon to increase its attack power, or cook it with a critter to make an elixir. Bokoblin Fang. It's worn down and not very sharp, but it's still pretty hard. Cook it with a critter to make an elixir, or attach it to an arrow to increase its attack power. Hyrule Restoration Materials. Use this material's cache, okay, that does work grammatically, for all your building needs. Come find us if you'd like a dream home. Hudson Construction. Just taking the opportunity to grab the things. What are you? Sundelion, a wild plant that grows in the sun at high altitudes. Soaked in sunlight, its petals can restore health depleted by gloom when used in cooking. Is it really a Zelda game if you're not cutting the grass? I'm honestly hoping for, like, wheat or something. Though that doesn't seem to be an option. Oh well. Ooh, hello. Whee! Ow. Oh, that was entertaining. Yay, a stick. I got me a stick. More importantly, I got 5 arrows. Oh! We're at the ranch. Nice. Or what's left of the ranch. Link, Hyrule's professional lawn care provider. Master Trimmings. Uh-oh. I saw that! I saw that! You know, I was expecting a Korok something or other. Hylian shroom, a common mushroom found near trees around Hyrule. Eat it to restore half a heart. You know, I just realized we've just been kind of walking. And yeah. How do I... Oh, there we go. Okay. So by the looks of things, all of Raru's voice clips are all on the Sky Island. So I wish there was an easier way to show you what I'm looking with, but... So you can kind of see, this is the map of the Sky Islands. You can see where all of Raru's stuff is located in a whole bunch of different locations on the island. And then if I go down to the main area, the land, there is nothing. I noticed that when it goes to the voice memories, there are 3 categories. So we have Raru here. There are 2 blank ones. One is obviously Zelda. There we go. The question is, what is the third one? And I'm hoping that it's in the depths. In fact, I'm betting it is. Because, my gosh, we need something in the depths worthwhile. You're new. Horriblin horn. An elongated hammer-shaped horn with a hard, flat front. Attach it to a weapon to increase attack power or cook it with a critter to make an elixir. Bright cap. A mushroom that grows in caves and contains luminescent enzymes. Cook it into a dish to give a glowing effect to anyone who eats it. Traveler's Bow, a small bow used by travelers for protection. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can be used to attack foes from a distance. I can ascend to get out of here, but I don't want to do that yet. I'm looking for... There he is. Frog's right there. Traveler's Sword. An average sword used largely by travelers. The blade has decayed, but it can still serve its purpose. Bonk. Oh, nice. Okay. Nani? Oh, hello. Maybe Village Ruins! I love Maybe Village! Soldier's Broadsword, a light, thin metal sword used by the guards of Hyrule Castle. Its lightweight makes it easy to handle and enables quicker charged attacks. Okay, it should be right around here. Crap. Okay. Found it!
The ruins of Mabe Village. It was the farm closest to the castle, and I would often visit it incognito. They always shared far more food than I could possibly eat, and I remember that they treated their animals like members of their family. I imagine no one here fled alone when the time came.
Mabe. Mabe Village is how it's supposed to be, how they pronounce it. Okay. I appreciate that information. Which it makes sense, because it's not actually spelled maybe. Mabe. That goes along quite well. Okay, I'm going to kind of go along the path here. It looks like there are... I'll say there's another one that we can hit right as we walk up the path. Right about here.
It is critical that we repair Hyrule's roads and bridges. Unfortunately, despite the efforts of Hudson Construction and the Stable Association, we lack the labor to tackle this task. We are blessed with abundant resources, however, so we've established material caches dedicated to the rebuilding efforts and made them freely available.
Huh. So that's why they're all over the place. Because they don't have enough people to build everything, they're basically saying, here's all the stuff, have at it. Which, considering the very limited population of everybody, that kind of makes sense. Could it be? Link? It's you! You're back! Where have you been? Last anyone saw either of you with the Princess Zelda was when you went off to investigate the gloom. And then the castle rose into the sky and everyone's been so worried about what happened to you both. Purah was nearly worn herself out trying to figure out where you two went. Purah's working in that large building over there. Please report to her right away. She'll want to know you're all right. Will do. Welcome to Lookout Landing. Search at the castle? What? I'm right in the middle of giving out orders. The group's going to join the search for Princess Zelda. So whatever you need, it's gotta wait until... What? Is that really you? Link, you've returned! I've gotta say, it's a relief to see you're safe. I'm Growlins, head of the Monster Control crew. We can talk more later. You need to report into Purah immediately. She has to know you're back. Okay, I think we're gonna get another one right here. must be underneath. Which is fine. We can look at that later. This, though, I'm betting... Got it.
This is one of the Skyview towers that Pura designed to aid in the restoration of Hyrule. Though it is not quite finished, we have Hudson Construction to thank for how quickly it is coming along. Now, if only Pura could have similar success finding any volunteers to use the paraglider to survey the land from above.
I wonder. Okay, so obviously these are supposed to be our... This is the new thing after the Sheikah thing is no longer available. And obviously they designed new towers. The designers did, the game designers did, because they wanted to have towers in different locations from the original ones to mix things up. And so they gave them a new name and a new purpose. One of the glaring holes about this game is, at least as a sequel, is the fact that there is practically no Sheikah technology that is anywhere. So the only potential conclusion I can come to is that all of the Sheikah tech that they had either was like returned beneath the earth, like all of those shrines, or was repurposed. So we do have some evidence of Sheikah tech with the teleportation thing here, the Pura pad. We would not define it as a pure invention of Pura, but an adaptation from the Sheikah tech that they still hung on to. Is that... Look at this little nerd. Look at this little nerd. She's adorable.
What?
That hair, those eyes. Doc! Dr. Pura! The swordsman has returned!
Okay. Now where have you been? Linky, you're not a ghost, are you?
No.
Hey. That looks interesting. Phew. One step at a time. What exactly happened?
This is wasted potential. Wasted potential. Aside from the fact that she's drop-dead gorgeous.
So when you and Princess Zelda go beneath Hyrule Castle, you discover a mysterious mummy which suddenly reanimates. Then Zelda falls into a fissure and vanishes. That must have been when the castle rose and the ruins fell. Then, later, you wake up on a sky island, saved by the arm that was stuck to the mummy. You get the Pura pad from an unusual creature, and learn that your new arm belonged to someone named Rauru. The Master Sword disappears. You hear the princess's voice, and find your way here.
Thank you for that recap. It's been 4 hours, so kind of needed that. We had so much potential for Pura to be an agent of chaos, and We don't get it, and it makes me sad. I want more eccentric Purah in my life. And we don't get it. It makes me sad. There we go. Looks just a little oddly bright in here. In fact, it still looks oddly bright in here. That's interesting. Oh, well. Then, are you saying you came from up there? This Varro you met. I think that's what the first king of Hyrule was named. Are they one and the same? So much of this doesn't make sense yet. But I'm certain that mummy you found under the castle must be related to the upheaval. The castle rising up, the ruins falling down from the sky, the mummy must be connected to it somehow. And then there's the most important detail of all. You're sure that you heard the princess speak to you? And she gave you a clear message to find her. And we have JV Smooth raiding in with a party of 4, and it's great to see you all! Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome to the Switch 2. And welcome to Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, that reminds me. I still need to think of a... I need to think of a name for our raids. I gotta figure that out. Oh, thanks for coming in. Great to see ya. If that truly was the princess, then that means she's alive. Maybe she's trapped beneath the castle and needs our help. That settles it. I know you only just returned, Link, but I need you to meet with the search party up by Hyrule Castle. They've been searching tirelessly for you two. The captain in charge of the search is named Hawes. Work with him to find the princess as quickly as you can.
Yes.
I know that mummy may still be lurking somewhere around there, which is concerning to say the least, but we have more immediate problems to deal with right now. I'm counting on you, Linky. This is only my 3rd playthrough. Do-do-do! The highest authority on ancient technology, she has served Princess Zelda's family for much of her life, and has worked with the princess to research the Zonai civilization. Most recently, they started an investigation into the outbreak of gloom. She has used herself as a test subject in her experiments. Despite being over a century in age, she reversed her aging to the extreme and actually looked like a child not too long ago. I miss her. I miss Childs. Look, I'm always gonna be Linky. That's just how it is. I am Linky forever. Seriously, we missed having so much fun with Chaotic Purah. I'm sad that we don't get it. Okay. Can we get... Yes, we can!
There are many things we can learn from history. After all, we would not have known to prepare for the calamity if we had not studied ancient relics from our past. Knowing this, and having seen the passion of the archaeologists I've met on my travels, I have decided to form a team to survey ancient ruins and texts across Hyrule. I am sure there are many things we can learn from them as we restore the land.
Okay, that explanation makes a little bit more sense as to why they were studying the Zonai in the first place. Because it always seemed kind of random to me. It's like, oh, by the way, we were all about the Sheikah not 5 years ago, but now it's all Zonai all the time. That seems like a better explanation to me. On that day, the land shook and huge chasms that seemed bottomless opened in the ground. The clouds billowed and rolled as floating lands appeared in the skies, raining chunks of ruins down on us. And strangest of all, Hyrule Castle began to float in the air. It's hard to believe this is our world now. whoever started calling it the upheaval had the right idea. An evil-looking haze surged up from the chasms that opened on the surface. The haze weakens everything it touches. People fall ill when exposed to it, and it has another curious property as well. As if guided, the miasma coil about our weapons. There isn't a single weapon we know of that hasn't decayed as a result. We're calling this stuff gloom. And I am getting some water. Because I'm thirsty! That's what happens when you talk as much as I do for these playthroughs. Throat gets a little dry. Yeah, you like my fireplace? Here, let me show you how much a freaking nerd I am. Look at all my nerdness. It's everywhere. Not really the Legend of Zelda fireplace, but it is a Legend of Zelda wall. So we got that. We decided to call the islands hanging in the sky, Sky Islands. Simple and to the point is best, it seemed. I suspect, based on the design motifs on them, that the ruins falling from the sky are Zonai in origin. We still understand so little about the Zonai civilization. All we know is that it flourished in the sky. While it's true that the upheaval has posed major problems in every aspect of life in Hyrule, I can't deny that it's also presented us with an opportunity to answer questions we've long had about our history. We've started investigating the fallen ruins and the Sky Islands. Our best lead is a report from the chief of Kakariko Village that some unusual ruins and engraved slabs have fallen there. I decided to have the Zonai survey team work out of Kakariko Village in Occluda, southeast of Lookout Landing. The ruins that fell in Kakariko Village are massive. You can see them from all the way here at Lookout Landing. The crater left by the castle's rise is still spewing gloom. It's kept us from making any progress with our investigation. We still don't know of anything about where the princess and Link have gone. The upheaval occurred very soon after Princess Zelda and Link left to explore beneath Hyrule Castle. I fear the two events are related. You are absolutely correct. Oh, look. Here's where all the stuff's going on. Fun. All the fun. All right. I will admit that if you pointed a gun to my head and said you had to get a tattoo, I would get the Triforce. I wish I could look through this. I can look through this! Oh, look at that! I didn't know I could look through this! This is cool! But I'm not one for tattoos, so... So, who are you?
Poor Princess Zelda. All alone beneath the castle with that creepy mummy. I don't even know what I'd do if it were me down there. Just thinking about it gives me the willies. Swordsman, you gotta rescue Princess Zelda!
Oh, come on, I want to... Oh, fine, whatever. What's up, you two? It's hard to believe these ruins just fell from the sky. I mean, they're from the Age of Legends, and now they're here! It's all so strange, huh? Yeah, it sure is, but it's also a great opportunity. All of us on the Zonai survey team should count ourselves lucky. If it weren't for the upheaval, this never would have happened. Not that anyone knows what the upheaval even is. While Purr's investigating the upheaval, she's certain it'll provide clues about Princess Zelda. But progress isn't great, I've heard. Is the princess all right wherever she is? These ruins right here are exceptional, but really, cares about that at a time like this? Fair point. I think it's a sign of how urgent everything is that Purah wasn't like, hey, Linky, do you want to change into something less old? You'd think there would have been some kind of discussion about the fact that Link looks like he's been through the ringer. I mean, aside from the fact that obviously he has been through the ringer. Oh, we got a new one.
A memorial. It is said that spirits who are weighed down with regret when they pass on sink deep beneath the ground and wander in search of light. I will place similar memorials at scenes of great loss and pray they will bring light to those wandering souls.
I like that. I like that a lot. I dedicate this monument to the memory of the souls lost to the calamity. I want to take it. I'm not going to. He saves Hyrule last time. They're like, whatever happened to him, I'm sure he'll be fine. To be fair, I have kind of proven myself to be exceptionally skilled, so... I think I took it the first time. I'm not taking it now. The most important note that I have heard thus far has come from right here. Because Rauru talks about this being a place where long, long ago, you could travel in time. The implication being that Ocarina of Time predates even the very beginning of the ancient times of... Yeah. The timeline was a mistake. Okay? The timeline was a mistake. Not at all! President Hudson, are you okay? Oh no, what have I done? All right, I'm sorry, President Hudson. I won't let you fall over again. That was unforgivable! It's all your fault startling me like that! Yes, I know it's just a sign, but I have great respect for President Hudson, so I pin the blame on you. Unforgivable! President Hudson? You haven't heard about Mr. Hudson? I mean, I've heard about Mr. Hudson, but he's the president of our construction company. He's the one appointed by the princess herself. She placed him in charge of putting those material caches everywhere, and now he's shouldering Hyrule's restoration. Of course, he's also the founder of Hudson Construction, and besides all that... What's all this? Hey, I'm right in the middle of President Hudson's epic tale of heroism. Well, fine. What was I doing before? I don't want the others getting jealous, so I haven't spread this around. But President Hudson gave me an extra special mission. And that's to put up these signs all over the place to let everyone know that Hudson Construction is a big deal. These aren't your ordinary signs, as you can clearly see. These portray Mr. Hudson himself in detail. Noble, glorious detail. It's unforgivable for even one of these to fall over. And so, I've pledged to support him. Don't worry, Mr. Hudson. I'm here for you. But I can't stand here forever. I've got so many more signs to spread around. I don't know what to do. Well, I'll leave you to it. I really should redouble my support. You don't need the timeline to show interconnectivity. The very nature of the games show interconnectivity. All of the references, all of the Easter eggs. Okay, that's way too big. the very themes of the series itself is more than enough to show interconnectivity. Almost there. One more of you should be enough. Right there. All right, try letting go. What? Are you gonna support him? All right, I'll let go. He's standing! How's the president standing? That was brilliant! I would have never thought of it! Oh, right. Let's get him secured while he's still standing. Just put this right here, get that fastened, and... Perfect! With your help, President Hudson is now standing proudly and firmly in place. It fills my heart with joy to see him doing so well on his own. Take this with my thanks. Oh, thank you. Also, you must be hungry after all that hard work, right? Let me give you a little something I made myself. Veggie rice balls. This home-style dish of Kakariko Village is stuffed with the bounty of the mountains. Oh, but I still don't feel like I've thanked you enough. This is a little something from my premium collection. A special gift from me to you. Sleepover ticket, a lodging voucher for a regular stable bed, a reward for collecting pony points. Spend it at a stable to get some rest and recover from the fatigue of travel. Now I can go to other places to put up more signs. And with that, I'm off. Without the timeline, do you think the games would reference one another? Of course. Of course they would. They have been referencing each other long before there was an official timeline. People came up with all of their theories about where things were put in. The creators put their generalized intentions on where they thought the games sat in reference to each other. But there was never any official timeline, and we didn't need an official timeline. The fact of the matter is that the games were never designed with a timeline in mind. As long as they hang on to the primary themes of the game, of the series, they're allowed to go in whatever direction they want, and it works. Because they're allowed to go in whatever direction they want, however the game design and the story that they end up creating ends up taking them. With all of the games that they have produced over the last almost 40 years, if they had to adhere to an actual timeline that made sense, they would be crushed by the weight of their own lore. Hey, Missouri! There it is. I broke my stick. Ow. Ow! I'm not good at parrying, apparently. Oh. Let's try that again. There we go! Goodbye. Your master of these techniques has earned you access. Proceed within. Fine, I will. As soon as I drop that and pick up that, because that one's better. Zonite sword. A zonite sword made of zonite. Makes sense. It resonates with attached zonite devices to slightly increase its attack power. Boop! High five! High five! Bum, ba, 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 bum. Okay. We need to back up just a little bit. We have one more note that we can hit up. And I think it's going to be at the fountain. Here it is.
Though the central square has lain in ruins for a long time, I can still recall the bustling activity of the castle town like it was yesterday. At the center of this space was the fountain, fed by an underground waterway, though I suppose that has run dry.
Aww. And there we go. Anything up here? Aha! Korok! Thunk. Sorry, buddy. All right. Well, with the time that we are currently sitting at, it would probably be best if we ended it here for the night, as we are ready to proceed onward into Hyrule Castle. Now that we are on the ground, I can really start getting into how I feel the story could run / should run. Traveler's Shield. A sturdy shield loved by many an adventurer. It is made of animal hide and sturdy wood and is best suited for defending against weak monsters or animals. Let's see. No, kind of want all of those. Definitely drop that. We should be about ready to head off. So that is where we're going to be ending things for the night. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. The lighting is good. I have not been particularly overexcited or anything about the upgrade that apparently we have gotten from all this. It still looks gorgeous. I do think the lighting is better, and I was due for an upgrade anyway, so I'm happy to have my Switch 2. I am happy to be playing this once again, and this has been a very enjoyable first stream and a return to Tears of the Kingdom after having not touched it for a couple of years now. So, I will be back to play this very, very soon. And I will be uploading this to YouTube as soon as I get it all squared away. So, if you've been watching this on YouTube, thanks for hanging out, and I hope to see you back here as soon as the next one is put up. Everybody on Twitch, everybody who has stopped by, followed, hung out in the background, chatted with me, appreciate it oh so very much, and I hope to see you all real soon somewhere out there.